Hi, this is Susan Bennett, the original voice of Siri. Here's what's coming up today on another great episode of On the Nose with Randall Kenneth Jones.
Hearing would definitely be my strongest superpower because, if I hear something that is slightly off, especially when it comes to, something regarding vocals or anything like that, it's like an auditory paper cut sometimes.
If you believe that everyone you meet knows something you don't know, then you're ready for the next bold evolution of the Jones Show podcast. On the Nose with Randall Kenneth Jones introduces you to people who are in the know and ready to share their special brand of know-how with you. From artists, authors, and activists to entertainers, educators, and entrepreneurs, On the Nose will elevate your ability to influence the world we share. Here's the host of On the Nose, Randall Kenneth Jones.
I love a small world. Oh, wow, and is this world small? I'm also an AGT, America's Got Talent, fan, huge fan. I've watched it for years and years and years. So I'm watching America's Got Talent. And this 23-year-old from Nashville, I use that in quotes, from Nashville, comes on and is singing country. And I'm like, who is she? True story. Who is she? Sarah Hardwig. She's killing it. She's killing it up there. And I'm watching it, actually, interesting. I recorded it. I watched it a day late. So as soon as I'm done watching the show, loving on Sarah's performance, I checked my email. And America's Got Talent producers had emailed me. Somebody on the PR team had emailed me and said, hey, did you see Sarah? I'm like, are you watching what I'm watching? How do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did. So Sarah and she's actually from Naples, Florida, where I live. And do you want to interview her? And I thought, well, this is the easiest yes I've had to say in a very long time. And literally, my beloved Sarah Hardwig is sitting right in front of me right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Randy?
Oh, thrilled. I literally, Sarah, when I say to you, I almost applauded the screen. I almost stood up and applauded the screen. I have a wonderful connection. Sarah Evans is my cousin through marriage.
Oh, wow.
So, which is cool, which is very cool. And that whole family's ridiculously talented. So I'm a country music fan, but our small world kept getting smaller. So I go to a meeting the next day and a woman who I had met comes in and she says, oh, I've got the perfect interview for you. And Sarah, I hear that all the time. Like everybody has the perfect interview. It's Nicole Sullivan. And Nicole comes in, knows your parents, comes in and says, Sarah Hardwig. And my mouth just drops open. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. 48 hours ago, I didn't know who she was. And now she is everywhere. So I think this is meant to be. I'm going to jump right in. I've got to know, Sarah, how does it feel to be there? How... On that stage, your dad walks you out.
Uh-huh.
You're on the stage.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Put me in your shoes. I can't imagine, and I think we all want to imagine.
I couldn't feel. I was so overstimulated with nerves, and I was just wanting to just get through the performance before I started crying and, ruin my makeup or whatever. But I made it through just fine. My performance instincts kind of kicked in, but it was incredible feeling the love from the crowd and just being out there on that stage. It was a really, really cool experience to have. And I'm grateful that happened.
I love people who are advocates for whatever that cause happens to be. I've had a couple different people from AGT on the show. Ryan Niemiller, an advocate for the disabled. I have an issue with the word disabilities because I truly see them as different abilities.
Right.
I truly see them as different abilities. Ryan Niemiller did the show. Michael Kutcher, Ashton Kutcher's brother, did the show. A comedian named Jerry Jewell, who was on The Facts of Life, did the show. And what people like you have is a way to, and I'm going to use this term, see the world, you do, in a way I can't.
Right.
And in a way I can't. And did you always know when you came on the show that you were immediately going to be an advocate for the blind? Was that just part of your decision all along?
I said during my audition that I wanted to prove that regardless of, whether you are disabled or not, you can do anything that you put your mind to.
What's so fascinating to me is your talent, in so many respects, is based on listening.
Mm-hmm. It is.
You can hear that music. The majority of the people that experience this show on the nose are actually going to listen to it. So there was a part of me that thought, I want to do the show one day. I want to be the person who interviews Sarah where her being blind never even gets mentioned. Right now, that's not the place because you're an advocate for disabilities.
Yes.
But Sarah, it doesn't matter because your talent and your commitment is paramount to everything. I have to ask you, what do you think your superpower is? I have some theories, but I'm curious. What do you think your superpower is?
Hearing would definitely be my strongest superpower because, if I hear something that is slightly off, especially when it comes to, something regarding vocals or anything like that, it's like an auditory paper cut sometimes. My hearing is so strong, and sometimes that could be a blessing, but it can also be a curse, especially when someone is like playing an open mic and they don't have their guitar tuned. I'm like, what are you doing? Or what are you tune your guitar, please? So I would say that is my superpower for sure, is my hearing.
Well, there's hearing and there's listening. Because I also think that listening, perceiving, understanding, absorbing the words is probably also, that's my theory, that is your superpower.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
I would agree, yes.
This is one thing that was a surprise to me, Sarah, when I thought about it this morning. I'm 63. I've never had a conversation with a blind person.
Oh, okay.
I found that odd. I haven't tried to avoid it. It's never happened. I will share with you that my number one concern is being respectful. And I think so many of us would want to make sure that we are respectful, above all, of you and your situation and your life, and in this case, your talent. What do you think, as an advocate, what does the public need to know about being blind? What do we need to understand that maybe we don't understand?
So one thing that comes to mind for sure is being blind does. Sometimes it could be a very lonely feeling at times, especially because I've heard a lot of people who are blind. I've heard a lot of people say that even when you are in a crowd, you still feel alone. And being blind certainly has something to do with that because you're missing a lot of social cues. You're missing the body language. You're missing, someone, you're missing seeing someone smile at you or make eye contact with you. And that could feel, like I said, that could feel very soul crushing. But, just because we cannot see doesn't necessarily mean that we are incapable of understanding not only the world around us, but the people around us. It's like, if you take time to understand, if you take time to understand me, then that's really all that matters, as long as people try to do that,
Do you know how beautiful that answer is?
Oh,
that's a stunning answer. And I thank you for saying that. And I agree with you wholeheartedly, and that applies to human beings at large.
Yes, exactly.
Is there something that people would be surprised to know about you?
I can impersonate voices. I can.
Oh my, give me one. Give me one. Anybody, give me one.
Well, I'm going to give you an America's Got Talent judge, and she's one of the people that really loved my audition, and I'm grateful that she loved my audition because she said it made her cry, and that's that touches my heart so much. And her name is Sofia Vergara.
And does she know you do this yet?
No.
Sophia?
No. She doesn't.
That I did not see that one coming. But you know what? Again, that's superpower. That's because you're listening. You have the ability to do things because of your hearing that most people wouldn't discover or even understand.
Yeah, I mean, my father didn't know that I, had a Sofia Vergara impression in me, but I mean, I was just kind of listening to her make comments about a contestant one night. And then I kind of just started imitating her, and he just started dying. I don't know how I do these impressions either. They just kind of come out. Weird.
Do you have a word that best describes you? That you can think of that best describes you?
Oh.
You can pick more than one. This is your interview. You get to do whatever you want.
Pick more than one. Well, a lot of people will tell me that I'm courageous. I feel like I'm courageous, I guess, because, even though I have some doubts sometimes, and I would say courageous and emotional are my two words that I would pick. And I would say emotional because I feel things on a pretty deep level. Since I can't necessarily see the world, through vision, I feel things most of the time. And, that definitely comes through in my performances. I feel the song. I just kind of let the song speak through me, or at least I let it try to, even if I'm thinking about, the next line of the song or how I want a certain note to sound. There's always one thing that, is behind all of that, and that's the emotion of it all. So, yeah.
Courageous put you on that stage in your ability to walk out there, and emotional is what allows you to sell that song. And what's so great, Sarah, about your answer is, my next question was,
what?
Are you a thinker? Because I knew the answer.
Okay, so
you're a thinker.
I am okay. I am an overthinker. Yes,
so am I. So am I.
Yeah, I mean, I heard one person here in Nashville say that not only do you think, not only are you a thinker, but you also are a feeler. And I feel like that's something that makes you unique. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. If you say so. I mean, yeah, I'm a thinker. I like talking about deep subjects like philosophy and.
Well, and that contributes, and Sarah, that contributes to your artistry.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I thought, what's my one word based on what I knew about you and what people have told me about you.
Yeah.
And the definition, I'm going to read you the definition before the word. Mm-hmm. This definition is a person with unusual foresight, original ideas, and a clear imagination of how the future can or should develop. I believe that describes you, and you know what the word is?
Intuitive?
Visionary.
Oh.
Visionary. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's interesting that the word vision is in fact so wildly appropriate to describe the skill set that you have, because, like I said, you experience things in a different way.
Yeah,
and you will bring us on that ride, and that's so incredibly special.
And notice that there's no vision. I don't think there's any visual cue, anything really in that definition.
There is no, there is not. I read that. I looked for that too. There is nothing that is talking about sight in that's foresight, not the same thing. There is nothing that is talking about the ability to visualize anything, to see anything in that definition.
Right.
As a person with unusual foresight, original ideas, and a clear imagination of how the future can or should develop, you, Sarah, are a visionary.
Thank you so much, Randy. I appreciate that.
It's true. Like I said, this is so crazy we're having this discussion because I had such an emotional response to you when I saw you on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read some lyrics to you.
Okay.
And I would like to get your perspective on the lyrics.
Okay.
I've had my fair share of trials and tribulations, but there are days when I don't believe a single word I'm saying. The person that I'm talking to doesn't seem to understand. I'm trying to build a better me, but I still am who I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So those are lyrics to my song "Who I Am," which I released in 2022, I believe. And
it was 2022, and guess who else I know? I know
who?
Julian Sunby.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Who produced that song? I texted his wife Lucy today, who's an actress friend of mine, and losing my mind. I was like, I cannot believe I know Julian who did this song. And based on what I'm learning about you, I was like, wow, those lyrics are, to me, saying so much about who you were in 2022. I'm curious to see how you responded to them in a year.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, as far as like what I think of the lyrics now, I mean, they still ring true to me because I wrote that song about, about self-doubt and self-criticism. And the person that I'm talking to doesn't seem to understand. Who I'm referring to is me, because I mean, I would say that there is an inner critic, a voice in my head that tells me that I don't deserve the things that maybe I do, and stuff like that. And I mean, the end of that chorus is me accepting the fact that yes, I will have those days of self-doubt. I will still have that inner critic, but at the same time, there's a good side to it, because if it weren't for that inner critic, I would not be here. I would not be here.
No, you wouldn't, because it's all about what makes you you.
Yes.
So the song, I encourage you. I found that is streaming. It's called "Who I Am." It's a song that's so wonderful. But now I'm going to ask you, who are you?
Well,
I know that I just asked you a big question, so
who
I kind of circled you in. I used your lyrics against you.
Don't make me have an identity crisis in the middle of an interview.
You're not having an identity. You're a thinker. I'm testing how much of a thinker you are.
I get it. I mean, I would basically just kind of go off of what I said during my audition. I mean, I am Sarah Hardwig. I am 23. I am a singer, songwriter, and artist who is from Naples, Florida, but now lives in Nashville, Tennessee. And you can do anything that you put your mind to, regardless of whether you are sighted or not sighted. Anyone can do anything they put their mind to, as long as they're not in their own way.
And that's a great way to answer that question. Because the cool thing, Sarah, because of who you are, how you're emotionally in touch with yourself, how you express yourself in language, how you express yourself with music, how you think and process, you get to go through the experience of growing and learning and becoming and grow and experiencing the new Sarah.
Right.
And you can't help but to have that happen. The stage you're on is huge. And are you feeling the love? Please tell me that they're telling that you getting lovely messages and people are sending you some. Hopefully you're feeling the love. Hopefully you understand the inspiration.
I've felt the love so much. I mean, I appreciate everyone who has been supporting me on this crazy journey, and sending me all these messages. I've been getting so many messages. It's hard to count, but I am very, very grateful for all of it, and I will hold on to all of that with a death grip.
Hold on to it, because that'll be there for you, as will your parents, as will Naples, Florida, as will your community, as will your new legion of fans who are going to be there for you. So I am curious. I actually had this written down earlier.
Yeah.
Who are your role models? And I'm not necessarily saying musically, they can be, but who are your role models and what have you learned from them? They can be a musician could be somebody who makes you want to live a certain way, someone who makes you want to behave the type of person that you want to be. This kind of circles into your song, Who Am I? Who I am, who I am.
Who I am, yeah.
Yeah. Who are your role models that have shown you more about who you want to be?
Yeah. So I will answer both sides to that question. As far as my musical influences go, I love so many, music genres and styles. I mean, I love country music. I mean, Carrie Underwood and Lainey Wilson are definitely role models. Carrie especially, because, I grew up on her music, and she knows how to sing in so many different styles and stuff. And that's really cool. Which branches off into, my other influences that I wouldn't that aren't necessarily country, but other genres. ABBA, Def Leppard, Journey, Foreigner. I mean, Heart. Those are people who inspire me. Because they really know how to make awesome music, and second of all, they know how to put the emotion and the feeling behind it. As far as people that don't necessarily do music who inspires me, I mean, I would say my biggest role models are my parents. My father especially, because he's a hard worker, and I have always aspired to be like him, because he is just so driven, and both of my parents have always found the time to support me, and have always encouraged me to show my talents. And I'm very, very grateful that they have been here with me on this journey, and I'm grateful that they've shown me the support to do what I love.
Sarah, I'm going to say to you, I'm pretty sure your dad has a fan base too. Let's not forget, Greg has been on national TV. He has also been up there blatantly supporting his daughter. So I have a feeling that the people who see him as a role model, that club has grown, and I'm one of the members of that club. So I think that's definitely a situation. Well, I am so thrilled to see what happens to you in the future. I'm going to say this to you, and maybe it's a little parental or whatever. In so many ways, you've won. And I think you know that, because you're a thinker on some level. I want you to do as well as you can in any competition, but you got to where you got. You had what was the number? 3,250 yeses. Simon said it.
4,230 yeses.
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh gosh.
But you got the millions of people, and in so many ways you've won, because this has catapulted you into a position to be able to changing so many people's lives, to inspire so many people, the sighted community and the blind community, and you've won. You've won for a lot of people. And I really want you to move forward knowing that and feeling good. I told you I was giving you the love.
You're gonna make me cry. Goodness gracious.
Well, I'm giving you the love because you deserve it. Because I had this response to watching your performance before I knew that I would be talking to you within a week. Had no idea, none whatsoever. Sarah Hardwig, I am so proud of you. I have one last question.
Yes.
My show is called On the Nose. I spell it Knows.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
On that. Now, I will make a joke that people say, is it because your nose is so large? My nose is big. So yes, a little bit of it's as a joke because my nose is a little bit on the large side, but it is Knows. So I'm going to ask you this. You can answer it however you want. Sarah Hardwig, what do you know?
I know that music is my calling. That is what I know.
For more information, visit onthenose.com. Please be sure to follow On the Nose with Randall Kenneth Jones on YouTube and subscribe on your preferred podcast platform. For On the Nose, I'm Susan Bennett, the original voice of Siri. And yes, I know. Do you? If not, see you next time.